group of firefighters from the city of Cape Town have battled a fire at Site C in Khayelitsha in the early hours of this morning. A fire spokesperson, Jermaine Carelse, says scores of residents of the Taiwan informal settlement have been displaced after the fire gutted their dwellings. We have him on the line, of course, speaking for the city fire and rescue services. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you very much for agreeing to speak to us here on SABC News this afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you and your listeners as well, Flo.
Just as a start, Jermaine, talk to us about the cause of the fire. Has that been established as yet? And also on the back of that, if you can talk to us, please, about the efforts to contain this fire before it could spread any further.
Well, the cause has not been determined as yet, but what I can tell you is that the challenges the firefighters posed last night was the strong and excessive winds that they encountered at Site C, that was Taiwan informal settlement, and that's just behind Lansdowne Road Fire Station.
Can you talk to us if there were any fatalities or injuries? I do understand that some residents have been displaced at this point, and where are they now, and are they being perhaps given some kind of temporary shelter at this time?
As per disaster management spokesperson, Paul, those displaced persons are being housed by family members, and there were several structures, informal structures that were destroyed. That's in excess of 100, and there was also formal dwellings. The last tally that they said was about 11 formal dwellings was also damaged in the fire, and fortunately no injuries or fatalities were reported during that incident.
I know you've mentioned the fact that the cause of the fire hasn't been established as yet, but is this the usual time for fires? Perhaps is this what some would call perhaps a fire season in the area? And if so, you know, what kind of precautions should people be taking at this time?
Well, during the course of the year, we have several informal settlement fires during the course of the year, and the city has brought out several warnings or advisories pertaining to fires, especially in informal settlements. Stuff like don't leave a candle on while you go to bed. Don't make a fire inside the dwelling itself, and let children not play with matches or lighters. That kind of advisories has been sent out across during the year.
Yeah, and just in closing, how vast really is the area that was affected by this fire, sir?
Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
How vast is the area that was affected by this particular fire?
That area just runs along the N2, actually, that is behind the Lansdowne Road Fire Station. It's quite a densely populated area.
All right, thank you very much for speaking to us, Jermaine. Talking to us there is Jermaine Carelse, the spokesperson of City Fire and Rescue Services, of course, after that fire in Site C in Khayelitsha in the early hours of this morning. So residents there being helped out or sheltered by their families, and of course the firefighters did manage to contain that fire. That is the update on that, but the cause of the fire hasn't been established at this point. We'll certainly keep you updated.